welcome to Coffee and Sims, the place I come to chat, drink coffee, and show off the things I build in The Sims 4. If you're new here, I'm Buffy, and I'm so glad you could make it. I hope everyone is doing well. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and hey, while you're at it, ring that little bell, so that way you'll be notified of all my builds. Because, let's face it, I just don't upload on a schedule. I've got a lot going on. I'm gonna try to get better about that. It will be after the holidays. I'm just gonna put that out there, right now. It will be after the holidays. We've got a lot going on right now. Okay, so you're expecting a modern mansion. That's not what's here. It's a autumnal grandparents' cottage, and the reason for that is, long story short, corrupted files. I got mad and deleted everything. I did upload all of the screenshots and stuff I took. I uploaded those in different sets to Instagram and Twitter. Both of those handles are at Coffee and Sims YT. And don't forget the "and" is spelled out on all my socials. But anyways, so it was a beautiful build. And I'm really bummed that I didn't get to share the video with you, but it is what it is, and I'm just gonna have to keep on keeping on. So anyway, but like I said, we've been really busy. We've had a lot of stuff going on. I built this in about a day and a half, and then I recorded like 16 voiceovers because I'm kind of picky about the way things are. Like, I'd get frustrated because I needed to take a drink and I'd lose my train of thought or whatever. By the way, on this channel, I say at the very beginning, this is the place I come to chat, drink coffee, and show off the things I build in The Sims 4. So if you hear me, like, I'm talking and then I just stop talking, I'm not, like, spaced out. Don't take it that way. I'm just getting a drink of my coffee because I really am drinking coffee because I really do drink coffee all day. Anyway. So, back to the story. I did the voiceovers. I finally got one that I was okay with, and my lights went out. Like, the whole neighborhood's lights went out. So, my file got corrupted for my voiceover, and then, before I could get back in here to fix it, unfortunately, my husband and I both got sick. I don't think it was COVID, but like, we just kind of slept. I don't know, it felt like it was 2 weeks, but we just slept because, I don't know, we just felt icky, if that makes sense. Like, it started out, I was throwing up a little bit, and then my head was hurting. There was some fever involved. No breathing issues, really, I don't recall, but it just, I don't know that it was COVID, but, you know, we're feeling better now. That's a plus. Anyway, so, I didn't get to come back in here for that, and then just as soon as the illness was over, my husband, started doing a program through Chris Cole Rehabilitation Center for the Blind in Austin, Texas, and it was a virtual training camp that they're holding. He gets to do things like learn how to use a white cane. He's learning some more in the Braille, which he's already been doing. He gets to learn technology, woodworking. There's all kinds of stuff. If you're low vision, visually impaired, or blind, give Chris Cole a call. They're super helpful. But we actually got in touch with Chris Cole through Texas Workforce Commission, and so they've been a blessing. They've been a real big blessing. They've helped him out so much. But anyways, so that has been the last 2 weeks. And today was his last day, and I decided that today I would come in here and I would hang out with you guys and drink some coffee and talk about this build, because let's face it, this is a fall build. And in Texas, we're in second summer. So this is how our seasons goes from January to December. You've got winter, spring, second winter, second spring, summer, fall, second summer, second fall, and then winter again. So you start the year in winter, you end in winter, but the rest of it is just a jumbled daggum mess. Like, it's just, the weather doesn't know what to do here. So right now we're currently in second summer. So I'd like to get this, you know, build out to you guys before like fall is actually over and we're into December. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm making this voiceover. I'm not going to redo it 16 times. I've already redone it 6. I'm not going to do it 16. So, and I've redone it 6 just this time. So I'm kind of picky and I don't know why. But anyway, so like I said, I want to get this autumnal build out before autumn is over. And my thought process for this build is it's a grandparents' house, and you know, there's grandpa and grandma are retired. Grandpa only wants to fish and work on wood stuff, and grandma has a honey-do list, and grandpa's like, meh, I'll get to it when I get to it. That's why there's like rips in the plaster and stuff like that. I thought it was a really cute idea, but anyway, I know my husband, whether he's a grandpa or not, which he's not a grandpa, but you know, it is what it is. He would love to just be fishing all the time. That's like, if I was like, hey, let's move out into the country and have a house with a pond stocked full of fish, he would be out there all the time fishing, because that's just how he is. But anyway, so I decided to get this out, and I decided that that is the storyline I wanted to go with. Now, I did put 2 bedrooms in here, but I ended up changing one of the bedrooms to an office. And to me, the teal color I put in the office is not really autumnal per se, but I liked the colors. I felt like it was still warm. Like, you know, autumn colors are very warm and cozy and inviting. So I thought it was all those things. But, and I think the furniture I finally settled on the living room, which is what I'm putting in there now, except for the couch is the same, but it ends up being a different color. But the furniture I settled on in there ends up fitting it perfectly. Of course, if you're doing an autumnal build, you're going to use things from seasons if you have it. And of course, I've got all the packs. So, except for the Star Wars one. But anyway, so you're going to want to use those kinds of things. And I tried real hard to get it's that big painting from Seasons to work in the living room here, but it just didn't fit for me, and I think it was because of the couch color, which I changed in a little bit anyway. But I ended up putting it in the bedroom, but not in the barn swatch, in the leaf swatch, and it ends up being very pretty. So I was very pleased with that. But anyways, so let me get a drink. I shouldn't have to tell y'all every single time I'm gonna get a drink. I just don't want y'all to think I'm like flaking out or something and just like going completely mental over here because I'm just not paying attention to something, or that's not what it is. I'm not getting sidetracked. I'm just getting a drink. I really liked sizing down those pictures from Eco Lifestyle and putting them on that shelf, by the way. I thought it was really cute. And also, this is the first time I have ever used those blank pictures from I think that's from either Moschino or University. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure because I've never actually played with University. I'm awful. I don't play the game as much as I build in the game. I really enjoy building, but the playing aspect of it, my computer is so laggy, it is so hard to get into a good gameplay. Maybe one of these days when I get a better computer, I can, you know, play with University and do some playing around. But as for right now, I'm just building. And speaking of building, I was probably saying something else a second ago and I've done got sidetracked, but I am so excited for this new update. I can't get the Snowy Escape pack just yet because I just can't afford it. We're here at Thanksgiving and Christmas and things get tight around this time of year for us. I do have kids that I have to buy for, and so I probably won't be getting it until after the first of the year. But anyway, I am super excited about the new update though that comes before the release. I believe it was updated a couple of days ago, but anyways, super excited about the platforms. Do you guys understand what we can do with platforms? Like, it's a total game changer. The platforms are a freaking game changer. Like, whenever I was watching the trailer release, I think I watched it, the actual thing, I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, I watched it off of Little Simsy's her channel, because she is so funny to watch when we get new updates, because she freaks out so much and she'll cry. But I seen the platforms and I legit almost started crying myself. I was like, oh my god, I can build that retro split level living room now. It was exciting. I was so excited. Here you can see I've changed that color of the couch to orange, and I think it really ties the room in together. It makes it feel nice and warm. Also, here I only used 2 rugs from the 3 rug swatch, and the reason why is because I didn't want the ugly brown rug in there. I just wanted those nice ones. And if you've ever seen any of my builds, you know that this craft room that I put in here that was supposed to be a second bedroom, but I ended up using it as a craft room because I was like, hey, I've never used anything from Nifty Knitting. Never. So, there you go. The whole room is Nifty Knitting. I may have went overboard, but I thought a craft room is perfect for a grandma, right? I'm not a grandma. Well, I'm not a technical grandma. My son's best friend has a child, and that child calls him Yaya, which means grandma in Greek. So, anyway, I'm not a grandma, but I thought, I like to craft. Grandmas like to craft. My grandma, she had a store where she sold crafts in this little town up the road. It was called the Rustic Nook, and it was like extremely popular. She would rent out booths for people to come and, sell their crafts. Kind of like whenever you go to a hair salon and there's a bunch that's not like super cuts or all cuts or pro cuts, like an independent salon, and they rent out the booths to different, cosmetologists or nail technicians or whatever. It's the same concept with my grandma's craft store she had. She would rent out the booths to different crafters around town or around the county, and they would come in and they would sell their stuff in her booth, and she'd receive a small commission off of it. But anyway, so I thought that this would be a great kind of, I don't know, maybe an homage to my mom, my aunts, my grandma. They were all crafters. It's kind of like, I guess it's in our blood. I don't know. But like I said, I felt like the teal was still a pretty warm color. Maybe not fall vibes, but the orange and the rocking chair and the desk and the little side table thing, whatever the thing's called, that warm orange with the teal, it just felt warm to me, so I was good. And also too, you can sell all that crap in that room. Anything that is in that room, you can sell it to make extra money. And of course, there was a computer, because my mom's a grandma and she has an all-in-one computer, so I thought I'll put an all-in-one in here. And also my husband's mom has an all-in-one computer. It seems like the grandparents be getting the all-in-one computers. I don't know. But anyway, so I decided to go with the naked lights hanging around in certain spots in the house. I think they're so cute. They look so rustic. Rustic, yeah. So, anyway, I ended up, I think I like that bed the best. Like, I knew exactly when I opened the game to start building this. I was like, I know what bed I'm using because it's so cute. I didn't know I was going to use it in that swatch, but I was like, I know what bed I'm using because, I don't know, it just seems more, I don't know, handmade. Like, Grandma sat down and she, you know, knitted those blankets, and she knitted that little yellow pillow in the middle and all of that stuff. But anyway, so I did clutter up the bedside tables a little bit, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think, if I remember correctly, I had some issues with that one bedside table. I couldn't get the leaves to set right on the table. They kept, like, sinking down into the table, so I had to finagle with the red shelf. But I got it in the end. And I liked the idea of the notebook with the pen open on Grandma's bedside table, because my grandma, isn't it funny how we do that? We're like, my grandma, we base everything on what our grandparents did when we're doing this kind of thing. But anyway, my grandma always had a spiral notebook beside her bed because she was heavy into journaling. Like, really heavy. She was a firm believer in getting those thoughts out of your head and down onto paper so they didn't eat you up from the inside. So, kind of as another little homage to my mama, I decided to put that little thing over there. And I'm not one for using that clock beside the bed, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I've done watch Evelyn so much. She does that every single time. So in my head, I'm like, I have to put a clock there. I don't have to. Nobody has to. We don't have a clock by our bed, unless you can't count my cell phone when it's sitting there beside my bed. But we don't have a clock by our bed. Anyway, that little basket from Eco Lifestyle. If you go onto my Instagram, it's at coffee&sims YT. The and is spelled out. In the Modern Mansion, that one's in there. Every build I've done since we've gotten Eco Lifestyle, I put that basket in there. But it's so cute and it's cozy, and it's just cozy, and I like cozy. And I found out that, you know, I took one of those, what's it called? Ancestry DNA kits. When it first came out, I was a lot Irish and a lot Scandinavian, with a little bit of Spanish from the Iberian Peninsula in there. But now everything's updated so much. They've gotten so many more DNA swatches, not swatches, but DNA samples, that they've been able to update a bunch of stuff. And turns out I'm more Scandinavian than anything. So it makes sense that I like cozy. I want everything cozy. And I mean, I've listened to Evelyn say it a gajillion times. That's a Danish thing. That's what Scandinavians are known for, is being cozy. So I'm like, well, that makes sense. But anyways, I'm almost at the end of the inside of the build. I'm going to be hopping outside in just a second. And I finally got to use that little scarecrow. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I knew that I wanted to use that scarecrow. Like, I just knew it. So, in a minute, you'll see me put that outside. I don't know why I didn't finish the build before I actually went in the house, but it is whatever. I was also finally able to use those real pretty, like the DIY wooden leaves that you put on the wall. Not the big weird thing, but just like the single things. I'll put those on the back porch. I did fence in the yard. It's like a little side yard. I put a woodworking table for Grandpa and a sitting area with a fire pit, and not a whole lot of landscaping, but a little bit. But I'm not the only one having this problem. I know that Evelyn was having it, and there was somebody else I watched that was having it, but she's mentioned it 2 or 3 times now, so I remember it. But some of the things that you put out in seasons aren't how do I word this? Okay, so I'll pull out a tree. The tree is not autumn colored. It's still very, very bright. Oh, you can see here I did play test the whole house. So the whole house has been play tested. She could do everything, and everything functions perfectly. Anyway, so I would pull out, you know, whatever, this or that, and the bushes and the trees and stuff, they were not showing up as fall colored, and it was driving me absolutely bananas. So I didn't do a whole lot of landscaping. I mean, I don't know, it was just really bugging me, so I just didn't do a whole lot of it. But sorry about that. Anyway, I try to get that arbor thing to merge in there perfectly, but it didn't. And of course, I added a bromeliad. I told you guys they would be in every one of my builds, and I stayed true to that. There will be a bromeliad in this build. For those of you who don't know why, little quick refresher. My Aunt Marcia, whom I was very, very close to, passed away many years back, and whenever she passed, you know, you get sent flowers and stuff at the funeral home, and then family members take the flowers home with them. I took a bromeliad home with me, and managed to not kill it for quite a while, but my cat killed it. It was the cat's fault, not mine. The cat killed it, not me. But anyways, so there will always be a bromeliad. I wanted to go with 3 of these lanterns here, and I ended up cutting it down to 2 because I couldn't get them to place on the stairs correctly. I tried, you know, I tried everything. I tried the red shelf. Nothing was working, so I cut it down to 2, and one of them's kind of sunk into the step a little bit, but it's fine. So anyways, here I'm just adding some more fall themed decorations. That wall in the grandparents' room, I think it's like, in my mind, that's where they hang all the stuff that their grandkids make them. You know, all the little handmade gifts and stuff that they make them, that's where they hang them, and they hang them up by seasons. So, you know, in the fall they put Thanksgiving and Halloween ones up, and in the winter they put Christmas ones up, and in the spring it's flowers, that kind of thing. And you can find those items in the debug menu. How you get to the debug menu is you click Ctrl-Shift-C on your keyboard. A little command center is going to pop up in the top left hand corner. You type in bb.showhiddenobjects, enter, then bb.showliveeditobjects, and press enter. And that's going to open up like a whole new level, just levels of what we call debug, to get you, like, you can get free plants, free landscaping. There's free landscaping out the wazoo in that menu. There's extra things, anything that your sim, like when your sim cooks, the pan that they pull out of thin air, that's in the debug, that kind of thing. So it's a lot to go through though, so be prepared to sit for a few minutes because it's going to take a while to get through there. But here is where I started having some problems. Okay, for some reason trees were like not wanting to go any further than a certain point on the property, and it was driving me crazy, and I was just like, fine, I'll just put this here and move on. But I did put several piles of those leaves out. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, and don't quote me because like I said, it's been a good long while, but if I'm not mistaken, you can play in the pile of leaves. But like I said, don't quote me. And that swing set ends up leaving very soon. That's where Grandpa's woodworking area is going to be. But I put Grandma a little flower arranging table out there. I put some planters. Like, not a whole lot of just, I mean, there's, like I said, there's a sitting area, there's some planters, there's a few flowers here and there, but you know, I was getting real frustrated with the fact that they were still really vibrant colored, even after I had been in, you know, live mode 100 times, they were still just, you know, vibrant, and it was annoying me. But there you can see I stacked up some flower pots, and it's super easy to do. You take the flower pot, you place your first one, and put your second one directly over it. Like, just make it look like it's right in it. You press Alt 9 one time, and it'll raise it up. You want to put another one, you press Alt F9 2 times, and you keep going like that. But I did end up using some of those bramble vines to put on the side of the house, because earlier in the build, I don't know if I left it in, but earlier in the build I tried to put vines on the house, but they were so green, and I was just like, oh, stupid. But anyway, so I ended up putting just brambles on the side of the house, an homage to fishing, with the little buoys and stuff on the net on the wall, and then the woodworking stuff underneath that. I think it turned out really cute. I put a picnic table out here, you know, just all of that stuff. I think it turned out really cute. The whole house turned out really cute. In a minute you'll see me put the scarecrow. There he is. But anyways, we're coming up on the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed the build, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and click that notification bell. It really helps the channel, you guys. So anyways, oh yeah, don't forget to follow me on all the socials. My name is Coffee and Sims YT. It's spelled just like it is in the end cards. And you can also find me under the hashtag Coffee and Sims YT on the gallery. I will have this build posted, and the modern mansion is also posted on the gallery. So I hope to see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed the build. Bye!